this. This is, you know, we're here, where we're at, Tier 2 Siege, and you know, Helios, let's start taking it seriously, please.
Yeah, you can't forget your dance shoes at this point.
No excuses.
You cannot forget the routine. You cannot forget the moves. You've got to try and give it your all. Helios, this is the opportunity to set the pace. Please ban something. Oh dear. For anyone that's new to competitive Siege, for anyone that is a new viewer, first of all, welcome. We adore having you here. Thank you very much for giving us your time and enjoying watching these games. Osa, you might be thinking, yeah, I played a bit of Osa in ranked, so I'm all about a bit of Osa. Osa's banned in competitive, everyone. Osa is quarantined.
Yep.
Cannot play them. Thatcher, however, isn't.
No.
It's a legitimate ban.
Feels like it.
Well, he is, yeah. He's permanently banned in comp, but he's a legitimate... The point I'm making, Helios are still troll banning. They are still banning people that bear no resemblance. They don't have anything to say inside of a competitive game of Siege.
The mentality from Helios, you know, fair enough, we can give them the benefit of the doubt saying, okay, maybe they are hiding strats for group stage. Sure, we can hit them with that, right? Fair enough.
Today was the day we found out.
This is it. This is it. This is where you start winning your games with bans. And they're doing this.
No ban again. It's not even like the hiding's working. Unless they come out here on Villa and show us something. But Villa can be a very cruel map at the best of times.
Yeah, it can be. And we've seen, you know, the changes in Villa has been, I think, phenomenal. If you look back maybe, 2 years ago, you think of Villa as slow and so structured, all about the hard breach, yada, yada, yada. Not anymore. A lot of the pressure that we now see fall on supports doesn't really exist anymore. We're starting to see Villa now be a lot more flexible. We're starting to see teams, you know, forgo a solid hard breach. You're sure Habana gets her look every now and again, but it's not needed. We've seen teams pull off pushes without hard breachers. And most of that is down to how defenders have kind of changed. Defenders open up a lot of these reinforced walls now, and they like to play more aggro. If you take, for example, the first bomb site that we're going to be seeing, actually, never mind, hold that thought. We're actually living room, which is the one that we never see. We never see this bomb site.
You should have known this was coming, Demo. We were talking about Helios here. We should have known to expect the unexpected. This is third choice at best. Fourth choice for a lot of teams. Zero choice for some. Can be a very difficult map to try and hold. It's all you've essentially got to hold AVG as well.
Yeah, you're basically doing a top-down. You're holding both sides as hard as you can. Some teams struggle just to defend Aviator as its own bomb site sometimes, and now they're going to try and defend both of them at the same time. So, like you alluded to, Aviators in games, that's what it comes down to. So, if you look at how the bomb site's kind of stretched out, it's all about the vertical game. Villa, massive bomb site, or map, should I say, with all the vertical. That was a C4 from Nitro into the spawn, which did diddly squat.
You miss every shot you don't take.
But that one is extremely, you know, you're looking to bend that bullet around, bend it like Beckham.
God, Helios are running at every single window.
I can't even talk strats because I'm just in awe.
I bet Nitro wishes he had it now. He'd be able to just hoy it out there, out of Astro, and maybe see some success. But he's already used it. He's already spent it. HellRaisers, they ideally need to go for a top-down clear here. They ideally need to push in. I mean, that would be the orthodox way of doing things. But their focus at the moment is largely in and around kitchen, and it's in and around the sort of statue and trophy area.
I mean, if you look upstairs, Ollie, in towards Aviator in games, there is very little vertical action. You know, there is definitely potential for these guys just to hit bomb site very, very quickly and catch Helios by surprise. That is the potential for HellRaisers. Keep in mind there's a blind spot, of course, behind one of the walls inside a living room. You can jump up on a desk and you can't really be touched apart from C4s and smokes. But as we know, Helios are giving the C4s away at the stage with obviously Nitro and Brian have already lost both of theirs. Robin will find the first pick, though. Down goes the mission. Purple, you did see a head there of Twitch, and is lucky not to be taken out. Robin finds another one, so Helios have actually started off a lot better than what we've seen them on Bank.
Yeah, and it's been a very sort of combobulated push here from HellRaisers. They've not really achieved anything. Sure, we've got a little bit of bathroom control going on, but Rush can't actually go anywhere at this point. He needs to fight this fight with Purple. He's going to go for the swing and immediately get taken out. There's now a little bit of presence coming through this master bedroom as well. But is it going to come to anything? Robin moves through, picks up his third. Exodus, he's found one, but it's going to be a long ways to go for him from here. Looks to try and pre-nade onto the spot just behind the astronomy desk, but it's taken out from the hatch. Purple, fair play to him. Quite an aggressive way to try and deal with that. Pops the hatch with the impact. Pre-fires on down to Exodus. The first round for Helios. It's on the board now. It's about time. Map number 2. It's a good time to get it.
They've got around, and they went for the living room bomb site. That bomb site wasn't even a factor. If you look at how that round played out, it was roamers versus entries. Yeah. And it felt as if it was 5 roamers at this stage. That's how Helios were playing that. The bomb site had nothing to do with it. HellRaisers couldn't even formulate, a simple drone and push. They just, jumped in and died.
The site choice really screwed them there. I think the site choice just threw them off, and from the start, it was like, oh, what do we do? It's a very difficult site to attack onto if it's not something that you're really practicing regularly and getting in and amongst.
I'm surprised that we're not seeing maybe the Zero come back out for HellRaisers.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a very strong operator. It gives you the information that I'm sure you'd want against Helios. I think also the fact that you can then cover off the flanks is going to be crucial if you look at how the roam game kind of set up. I mean, that's maybe we can make an argument Nomad would be a great pick for them also. There is definitely options for HellRaisers, but they have went for a very aggressive lineup. I mean, you look at the guns on their side. You've got the Finka Iana, which has been a very common combination at the moment. It kind of negates the effect of having to bring, Ash Sophia, because the Gone 6 and the 2 nades, that's 6 explosions. That is 6 pieces of utility, theoretically, you can get rid of. So, yeah, and obviously get the addition of the more aggressive guns, I suppose.
A little boost as well that Finka is able to provide.
Information from Iana, yeah.
There's a lot of things going for that combination. But HellRaisers, it's not time to panic just yet. I really resonate and agree with the Nomad call. I think that could be huge. The Nomad would be a real long way in just sort of shutting Helios down, because they're going to try and do the same again. Look at Robin in his position already. He's probably managed to dodge his way out of the way of a couple of drones. He's unsure if he's known here. He now will be droned out. Pre-fire is going to be exchanged from both sides. Exodus gets caught in the reload. That is brutal. The duo roaming downstairs will be successful yet again here, as Rush is going to be the next player to fall. Finished off by Brian. Already, things not going well for HellRaisers here for a second round in a row.
Oh, again, they've tried to fight fire with fire, and it just is not working for them. Helios are everywhere. Smash will get the first kill in the round for his team. 4 more players he needs to try and find. I mean, Flares he looks petrified, doesn't he, Ollie? He does not want to go into the building whatsoever. There is danger around every corner. Robin, look at him. He's on the hunt. He's sniffing for him. He finds him. That's so easy for Robin. And that's a 1v4. They knew where Smash is. I'm sure they'll probably just take their time and try and find him.
It's probably a good time to bring up. I really like how Smash plays Sledge. I think it's a nice little duo, that. Smash around with the caber, with the sledgehammer. He's got a chance here at getting a couple of kills, but they're likely to remain impactless, honestly. He's going to pick up one onto Robin, finally shutting him down. Pre-fires his way on through. But they're circling like sharks right now. He's not going to be able to get out here alive. Heaven alone pick up the diffuser. Smash is going to be locked into Memo. Does have a nade. And does have over a minute. So by all accounts, this is doable. We've seen weirder things happen already today.
Seen it in bank, yeah.
But at least for now, it looks as though Helios are going to start to retreat, recognizing they just need to take a step back and lock every single round in, because the confidence is a big thing at the moment for Helios, and the momentum. They didn't have any coming into this game. Slowly but surely over the course of these 2 rounds, they've been able to generate a little bit, and they can't afford to let that slip. They can't afford for HellRaisers to really start to drag one back here. Still 45 seconds left to go, and Helios seemingly with no intention to push. Oh, unfortunate timing there. That would have been a beautiful shot, especially with the pistol.
One thing I think to keep in mind with HellRaisers is they could probably just take this time to talk about what's happened and kind of reevaluate what's going on, because right now they're already looking likely to be 2 rounds down and nothing has really worked for them. So this does give them time to kind of think about, and each of them can individually think, okay, what do we need to do differently? Okay, what should I be doing? And really try and focus in against Helios. I mean, Helios right now, all they've shown us, Ollie, is they're not afraid. That is it. They are an Eminem song.
They are not afraid at all. Robin, the biggest problem at the moment for HellRaisers, if you can't shut him down on the roam, it's going to be a very, very difficult job indeed. Nitro backed him up there inside of that round as well. They've been consistent on the entry so far in the 2 rounds that we've seen. Off-pick site or not for round number 1, I was expecting a little bit more there for round number 2. Aviating Games is as standard as it gets on Villa, and we're going to the second most standard site right now. Trophy and statuary. I really hope that we're not just going to see a defender night where it's like 5-1, 5-0 halves, 6-0 halves defenders, and the attackers, whoever starts off on the attack, just really starts to struggle, because that's the story that we're painting at the moment. We saw defenders dominate over on Bank. Now we're seeing it slowly but surely happen here on Villa as well. Villa's different, though. There are much more opportunities here.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I would also like to highlight about Helios is the kind of variation of operators that, again, we're starting to see. We're seeing the Rook be brought in, which is an operator that just isn't seen in competitive play. Sure, the gadget is nice. You know, it gives you that extra bit of survivability, but in reality, it doesn't have that much of a big effect. You know, you're sacrificing an operator such as Maestro. You know, we've seen how strong he can be in a map like Villa, especially towards the kind of closing stages. The information you can gain is so valuable. We're seeing Vigil come out. We're seeing the Thunderbird come out. You know, Helios are just kind of playing what they want. I'm surprised that Kaid isn't having a mention here. Whenever Thatcher is banned, Kaid makes total sense to be thrown onto that triple wall, and it just causes a lot of issues for the attackers. They have to then either choose to go below or sacrifice grenades over the top to try and eliminate it. So, I don't know, it's just a very strange team composition considering what is open to them.
Where's the Roni? Where's the P10 Roni in the lineup? You need one of those. It's a known at this point. I think there's arguably 3 sort of off picks here. We may be about to see an engagement as well. A mission just going to get a couple of points of damage taken there. This purple's going to be downstairs in the vault. It is a very underutilized zone of Villa. You see Robin just making his rotation out of there as well, but he's going to hit the east stairs instead. Still threatening to drop down. HellRaisers surely aren't going for that big of a clear. Now we do start to see Rush approach in through the kitchen, trying to take that reverse vertical control. Well, they haven't really got the book to make the most of that. Sure, they've got a couple of nades that they can deploy from kitchen up into trophy or statuary, or even master bedroom, but realistically, you need a bit more direct pressure on the site, and that's something that we're lacking at the moment from HellRaisers. They're getting wrapped up in chasing these roamers. This Vigil is buying a lot of time for Helios at the moment, because this roam game cannot continue until they've really started to lock these roamers down, and it's something we've seen them struggle with for the past couple of rounds, and I honestly don't see it changing here.
Now, HellRaisers have not been fast. They have been much more slowing, kind of slowed pace, and I don't know if it's really working for them because they're giving Helios so much room to maneuver in. Villa is a big map, Ollie, a lot of twists and turns, and the staircases, of course, that kind of leads in towards that basement. It can cause so many issues. I'm just surprised that HellRaisers aren't going more direct. If you know there is a lack of numbers in the bomb site, open things up as quick as you can and try and find those picks early on, and that can really open up the bomb site, and it kind of puts the panic, I would say, into the defenders more than anything, knowing that, oh, we just lost our anchors and we're off site, we better do something quickly, and you might be able to capitalize on that. There will be a trade, though, still for the players of HellRaisers, as it went down to a 4v4. But they haven't really looked threatening in this round, Ollie. They're really going to have to utilize these nades, and Purple will challenge and win it against Smash. Brian has been eliminated downstairs by the man inside a kitchen. Exodus is looking to try and finish him off. Should be an easy pickup, and it will be. He downed him and also got his man. A mission. Where's he looking to push in towards now? Maybe the Astro stairs is going to be their option. Rush will find one. Now it's the 2v2. Both the players, Ollie, are going to come up Astro.
It's a strange place to push, given all the options that are available. Helios now can just start to focus in. Got a couple of angles to watch. Nades now being thrown. The default finally removed. A mission, bit of a boost. He's going to take himself up these stairs. He's only got 13 seconds to work with Helios. Just need to try and keep themselves alive here. Exodus has actually gone for a rotation, but he's likely going to be taken down, at least chipped. Eventually finished off there by Naos. 1 kill will come in for a mission. 3 seconds left. Naos got to try and stay alive. Sits inside of the corner. A little bit closer than maybe they would have liked, but Helios chalk up another here.
Yeah, it just took too much time there for HellRaisers. Wasn't only just too slow in finding those roamers, and didn't find all of them, which I think was the big issue for them. Yeah, HellRaisers a little bit too slow. Was a lot better from them. I think they respected Helios in terms of the roam game that they were trying to establish, and it's working really well for them at the moment, is the roam game from Helios. But yeah, just the time management. Okay, so I'm seeing a Caviar and a Warden. One of those will be stuck, which is the worrying sign.
That's the scary thing.
One of them will be here.
Imagine if it's the Cav.
Imagine if it's all of them.
But just no 6-pick
right.
used.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, dear.
How'd you like that? Them apples.
Don't want that apple.
Different apple?
Orange,
More
please.
of an orange man? Yeah. Back a bit orange. Cav and... Right, okay, so the Warden isn't as trolly as it looks. It's very specific.
Still, you know, in the remnants of it.
It's very specific. There's been big changes on both sides.
One thing I would say, though, with how Kitchen has changed over the course of Villa, is we've seen a lot of teams just walk into laundry and plant the laundry door.
Yep.
As we know, that's very, very risky. There is a lot of different angles you can get shot from. But then we've also seen teams develop with the smokes, and you would fire smokes in to cover that entire line of sight, and then you simply plant in the door. And that's a very difficult post-plant to retake. With the Warden, it does make sense, because you don't really have to worry about that.
2 changes for the attackers as well. We've got a Jackal this time, which is a great read, by the way.
Smokes
the Jackal for the
yep.
smokes and the Warden. Nice little balance and counter there playing out. But we've also got Rush. He's bringing the Nomad. Finally, getting a little bit of Nomad action going on.
Makes
and if
sense.
you do want to take a little bit more directly, you can do so, because you can lock off the flanks as you go. You can still lock the flanks off after you've taken control upstairs, although that is still something that we're seeing HellRaisers struggle with. But with the addition of the Inox tracker from Jackal, that might be a little bit easier. We're going to see Exodus get himself in, see if there's any footprints there that he can get a scan on and get a quick understanding of where these people might be. You've got a track there onto the Goyo, but still the opening pick comes in from Brian, taking down Smash. Smash has just been deleted there. It's not really how you want to be losing your sledge.
You find the body, Ollie? I do not know. Somewhere.
Oof.
Oh, that is a stinger to lose, because he's had the jump, and he would have been outside for at least 2 seconds.
Long enough to be detected.
Yeah, way too long, I think. And somehow he's been able to pull away a kill. Not for long, though. A mission actually uses a vertical angle that was opened up, and he will find that Warden. So again, another trade for trade, but I think, is that now the 4th round in a row?
Oh!
What a shot!
You cannot teach that.
What a shot, but 4th round, Ollie, that Helios got the opening pick, I believe. Which, for HellRaisers, in terms of how they were playing in Bank, it's not good enough for them right now. But that has made up for it, though.
What, the lucky wallbang?
Yeah.
Pre-fire wallbang. I mean, you've got to take the shot. You know, you can't die wondering. You don't want to wonder, oh, was there somebody there? You know, you've just got to get out there and pre-fire, especially taking advantage of the mechanic. A lucky way to get a kill, but HellRaisers, they might need a bit of luck here. They've not been playing too well, especially given the way that they stomped all over Bank. Still, time is something that is in short supply. As we see Nitro try and squirrel himself away underneath a desk downstairs. He's probably unlikely at this point to come to blows with anybody inside of the basement, but time will tell. The plant is going to need to be attempted here, and it looks like that might be what's being framed up for at the moment. Exodus has the vertical angles. He can obviously deploy the smoke through those angles. A little bit of drone work going on now as well. Emission. Going to find out where Robin is. Does lose his drone in the process though, but now is Cav's time to strike. Looking to make a little bit of an approach here up these east stairs. A couple of players above, and realistically nobody is going to know where that Caviera is. Now the air jabs, they're going to come in crucial. Where have the air jabs been placed? Robin, he's going to find one with a C4, but a lot of pistol shots missed there. Kills still coming in here for Helios. Emission taken down as kills do continue to trade and fly. Flares, he's only got 12 seconds left. He does have the kit, but he's unlikely to be able to get it down. Shotgun's now peeking round left and right. Final kill eventually found. Messy stuff once again, but Helios get it over the line.
4-0, they're up. 4-0, they're up. I don't think anyone would have expected them to come back to this position considering where they were in Bank. Wow, just right back to your face. As soon as you go up in the game, all of a sudden you could be sitting even. We've seen that happen so many times, and for HellRaisers, I think that's still always something in the back of their head that, you know, all they need is really 2 rounds. If they can get these next 2 rounds, Ollie, they are in a good position, because Helios, their attacks, they were, you know, not good. They were pretty bad. You know, they were.
Say it, Devil, say it.
They had bad attacks. They did. They tried rushes that just did not work.
We didn't
for them.
see an attack.
Even whenever they played structured, it didn't work.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a bad half overall for Helios. And I think the general characteristics of attacking, it doesn't differ that much map to map.
You need that coordination. You need that structure.
Yeah.
You need those things to go well. You need that to really be working as a well-oiled machine and something that's very practiced and very considered. Changes inside of this round. Seeing the Thunderbird pick, not that big of a deal. Seeing the Melusi brought by Purple this time, so avoiding the Rook. Obviously, Helios given the same opportunity to chat, I guess, in the tactical timeout.
Right.
But we do have the Nook.
You just seen that, by the way? Or have you chose to ignore that?
I'd pick and choose to ignore certain things.
Because I just... Why is there a Goyo shield there? Why?
We might find out. Hopefully we will.
I just, yeah.
He's still got a shield left. Now that one's gone down as well. Hopefully in a better spot. You can't predict what Helios are going to do.
I don't think they like me. I think they're doing this to torture me.
They're doing it just to spite you and you alone.
Yep.
Demo.
Anyone who likes traditional Siege, this just look away. Avert your eyes. Wait until the next game. Just don't look at it.
The Zoomers coming in and changing the scene.
Oh.
There's like the old timers like you that are like, this isn't how we did it in my day. This isn't how it should be done.
So true. I do want to see HellRaisers utilize the nade gameplay a lot more. I think that's something that should be excelled. I mean, they're bringing free operators with nades. They have 6 nades, and look at how they're set up. They're trying to take in towards living room. That screams to me they want to try and play the vertical game. Smash is open up with the first opening pick that we're going to see for HellRaisers, but very swiftly, Robin will respond. There's the nade that I wanted. Nitro will go down, but again, another refrag. Purple finds Smash. So, 2 fallen from each side, and we still have half the round to go. 1 nade and 6 flashbangs for the attackers, so still a good amount of utility to execute onto that main stairs if they choose to go for it, which does seem to be the case. Robin, is this going to be an easy kill? No, Rush is there with the cover. Mission, you better be thanking him for that one.
Great cover, great teamwork there, and a bit of aggression being punished. And that's the first time we've really seen Robin punish this game. He's seemingly done whatever he wants throughout the course of it, picking up kills left and right, and finally it has caused him a little bit of harm there. Purple, looking for a rotation. Still pretty unsure, I think. I think there's maybe a bit of a lack of info here for Helios. Nade's going to fly on through. Rush looking now to make that alternate approach, going to take advantage of those E stairs. Quick Logic Bomb phone call before he does. Gets the audio, knows that there's going to be somebody inside of Aviator, but a great kill there from Amision, picking up his 2nd here on the round. Nails has to try and plug that gap. He knows the push is likely going to come through into maps, and he needs to try and do something about it. The timeout worked. HellRaisers, they have put 1 on the board. That shows a real great ability to adapt, to throw away what's happened for the past couple of rounds, reset themselves, and they've come out in an entirely different fashion.
Yeah. Wasn't fancy. It wasn't fancy Siege. It was clean, straight to the point. They got what they wanted. They tried to enter in below. They weren't afraid to take the roamers. You know, they got the opening kill for the first time in this game. They were able to utilize the nades that we talked about. Maybe we would have seen more nade gameplay, but still Helios, we can see that they're sticking to their guns. They're sticking to that roam gameplay. You still have to commend them for eliminating the sledge and the Nook. The nade's gone off that board. You know, it takes a lot out of kind of what HellRaisers were hoping to achieve. But still, you know, they had the teamwork. They had the cover. Robin, like you mentioned, got punished for the first time. And again, as well as Helios has been playing, stuff like that still shines through. You know, there is still a specific moment where we can pinpoint and say, that's whenever you lost the momentum. That's where you lost the round. And for Robin, that was the kind of system there. Was he went for it and it didn't work.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I was about to make a comment about 10 seconds before that happened that it was strange to see 2 people stacked upon that study balcony. Typically, you would get somebody trying to pressure in through vault wall, maybe look to get that open. You'd have some people pushing in at the top of E stairs and trying to push into maps and Aviator that and games that way, excuse me. Oh, Aviator, excuse me. And I was like, there's 2 people on the balcony, like there's a single doorway. You don't really need to. Sometimes you just need 1, like, but it worked perfectly. Rush was there in the right place at the right time and did a great job of making a rotation as well. And that's something that HellRaisers were able to do because they were successful in the early game. They were able to make more rotations and actually give themselves more options as the round started to develop.
Frost. Here we go, and it is in just some random corners around the map that no one's ever going to check, no one's ever going to think, oh yeah, there might be a Frostmite here. Is this going to work? Is it going to work again?
Probably. It usually works. And it's not just a Helios thing, it's not just a Brian thing. It's a random frost.
It's just
usually works.
It's just he's playing off the luck, isn't he? He's really hoping that HellRaisers mess up. Because that's what it comes down to. It's not a case of Helios have big brainness or all their geniuses. It is down to the discretion of HellRaisers. That's who it comes down to. One thing I do want to also highlight, just with the setup of Helios, if you look up in towards the actual bomb site, there is a shield that is currently positioned looking in towards the study walls. I think that's quite a good adaptation, I think, from Helios to make. If you look at how HellRaisers were pushing in, they really had nothing to go up against inside a study. There was nobody really stopping them. It was very easy for them to take that side of the map. So I do like the adaptation from Helios that they're looking to take the gunfights into study, and they've certainly slowed down their pace.
Yeah, the pace is really being dictated at this point by HellRaisers. We hear a logic bomb phone call going off there as well. Shield
Didn't last
moved. Frostmat. Such a random place as well, just next to the door.
Yeah.
But it's going to work. It will work eventually. Mission does have somebody on track, just patiently holding the angle. Nades from below now from Smash could be big, but he hasn't got a lot of info to work from. And that was more likely for a Banshee or something of that nature, other than a person. Oh, he's going to miss it and hit the side of the vault door. That's cruel stuff.
He's lucky.
One bullet from anybody at this point, and he is going to be out of action. With only a minute and 10 people alive, you better believe that we're going to be seeing a gunfight pretty soon. Cav, inside of the site. It's on the list of things I love to see. Not been given the opportunity to roam and flex because HellRaisers, they haven't really pushed in. They're just setting themselves up here. They're clearing a lot of utility and they're giving themselves options for later on. Now, there are some corner stations that maybe could be used there to try and stim up a little bit. You asked for the frost and you said that, you know, are they going to work, Demo? This is the time frame where the frosts get very dangerous. It's 30 seconds. There's no time to check anything. They've got to make something happen.
Yeah, and I think right now for HellRaisers, again, this study has been given to them quite easily. Nitro is not going to be able to kill a mission. Rush does get finished off and impacted also to go on top of that. HellRaisers look as if they're going to hit a wall and they just cannot get through it. It is a landslide of blue in the kill feed. Helios play the time and they get their kills one after another. Really nothing to go off. It was just Helios swinging and hoping something would happen.
I think Helios are almost being forced into that slow play style by HellRaisers, but they're still doing it with operators that you'd rather do it with somebody else. You know, you wouldn't want a Cav in sight at the last minute. That's not something that's very useful at all. Where's the smoke? Where's something that's got a bit of value? Where's the C4? And it's like, Helios want to play that play style. They're not being allowed to play that play style by HellRaisers because they're just given nothing on their own.
Yeah.
So, and it's just risky at that point, but yet they still pick into those operators because that's what they're clutching onto. At the switch of the side, Helios, 5 rounds to HellRaisers 1. Almost an entirely mirrored image of what we saw over on Bank, where we saw HellRaisers take the game, or the map, should I say, 7-0. Not opportunity for Helios to do that, but they could still get themselves quite a significant scoreline.
Yeah.
They're only 2 rounds away, Demo. It's not a lot.
Yeah. But I think just that single round that HellRaisers has gives them hope. It gives them hope that they could theoretically walk away with 7-5. It can happen. Can they replicate what happened on Bank? I think he could. I think with how Helios played in their attacks, it is definitely potential for HellRaisers just to run around and play this structured play style and kind of wait for Helios to beat themselves at their own game.
Very possibly. Very possibly indeed. Helios, they're going to try and at least indicate from spawn that they're going to go for a bit of a master bedroom sided take. It's often one of the better ways to go is to really establish yourself, clear those roamers inside a trophy statue master bedroom. It gives you somewhere to work from. You can start to work on flanks there as well and locking off that astronomy stair and the east stairs, and then you can make that rotation, switch somebody around to the study. As it stands, information is going to be gained as Nitro's going to send in a couple of Argus cameras. Bit of an unfortunate one there. He's not actually going to be able to remove any utility. Obviously, the shock of the Argus.
He was looking for it, yeah.
You're able to remove the utility, and you see him immediately jump onto them and just look around. He's looking for Banshees. He's looking for anything that he might find that he can just look to try and get rid of there. But unable to find anything. The push must continue. Purple and Robin making their way in downstairs. Now, taking onto the stairs can be a very tricky task depending on how it's been set up, but it looks quite light at this moment in time. The kills demo, they are flooding in here for HellRaisers. There's barely any utility on those stairs, yet still, Helios are having such a big problem moving through.
Yeah, the only thing I think that Helios were probably going to run into is the real lack of being able to move players out of that position. Whenever you're bringing a very small amount of grenades, only 2 from Brian, this is where you'd maybe look towards an operator such as Flores, who makes clearing those stairs as easy as it comes, Ollie. Very, very easy for Flores. Robin will respond with another kill. That's Flare's gone, so now it goes into a 3 versus 3, but I think the health advantage is certainly on the side of HellRaisers, and keep in mind they have those Thunderbirds scattered around. They can get healed up in a moment's notice. And Nitro, he could die to an Renegade. That's something that can happen. He just has to watch out. Even just a bit of shrapnel from a C4. There's still 2 of them in the back pocket for HellRaisers.
You don't really want to be using your smokes at this point to burn through those Aruna gates. So you might look to your drones instead, and there isn't going to be that many drones available here. There's a couple, I think 1 each for the remaining players alive from Helios. Brian, he's going to shut down Smash. He looks to move on through, and he will do successfully so far, but a couple of kills coming in there from Exodus. How does he do it again in a known position? Comes away with 2. It's a huge swing here for HellRaisers. Still, a 2 versus 1. Brian, full health. 30 seconds to make this rotation. Activates the silencer, a mission. Going to be holding on to the angle. Hasn't got direct line of sight. He's going to fluff a couple of the shots from the SMG-11. Brian has got the option now to rotate on in, and we're going to see Exodus maybe look to try and push, but there's live ping information here for Brian. All he's going to do is try and pre-fire this, and 1 bullet is all it's going to take. Locked now into the 1 versus 1. 10 seconds left remaining. Brian, you've got to try and thirst for this kill. There's a bit of info available here. More shots missed from the SMG. The C4 is a desperate attempt. Is it going to be enough to run the clock down? Yes, it is. Oh, you feel it, Demo. You feel the fear there in Emission's heart.
And as he threw the C4, he kind of looked away from him also, Ollie.
He's panicking.
Oh, he didn't know where he was. He didn't know where to look. And an almost round from Helios, but still HellRaisers, they managed to take it. They did the early work. I think the fact that they opened up with the kind of first set of kills that came in that round to help them kind of establish the dominance. Helios had to take a step back, a little bit more slow pace, and I think they ran into the same issue that HellRaisers ran into one of the rounds, where it was just against the time, and pretty much a mirror image of that happening again. So HellRaisers will take their first defense, and I'm sure they're hungry for more. Trophy and statuary is where they will head to next. Hard breach still being brought by Helios, even though it's something that we haven't seen is really any hard breach happen for both sides. I think there was a small portion of Habana pellets used in one of the Aviator in Games attacks, but that was it. Again, this is what I'm talking about with how Villa has kind of changed. Teams are not interested in opening up walls anymore. It's all about the swings in the door frames and utilizing explosives.
Yeah, we've barely seen any hard breach action at all, especially considering in times gone it would be all about impact tricking.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And, it's, as you say, it's something that really has just fallen out of meta and out of favour. Some teams still look to bring it, and I still back it. I think there's fewer things that are going to help you more attacking Aviator in games than opening up that vault wall. It can be something that can be done from outside. You can really start to get some lines of sight and start to cut the sight in two. And again, looking at this site, if you're able to get yourself in and open up that triple,
exactly, yeah.
you're going to cut it in two again. There's advantages to be taken. It just isn't as necessary anymore. And that's maybe in part to other operators that teams are going to look to bring, or really look to try and work around. In this instance, we do have a hard breach. We've got the ace, so there's potential.
Yeah.
But with the impact holes set up and the fact that there's already an electroclaw on the wall, it'd be a little bit difficult, especially if you're going to try and get around the mute jammers and use the Twitch drone.
It's the Kai Claw, I think, is going to cause them issues. So they have two options. They can either try and sneak in a Twitch drone, which isn't really going to happen, Ollie, if there is a mute jammer close to the bedroom door, which I think they have just nade it away. Or the second option is try and get a nade in and over the top onto the triple wall. They've already used a nade to get rid of the mute jammer to try and allow the Twitch drone, so that might be their thinking, but still, it's going to be difficult. Again, look, there's another mute jammer on the door. Robin will sneak it in, and yep, here we go. This is going to be their other option, and we'll eliminate both of them. Great work from Helios. Being able to eliminate the mute jammer creates an avenue for that Twitch drone. And it's as simple as that.
It didn't really take them that long either.
No,
considering what they came up against. They got a little bit lucky getting the shock drone in there. But halfway point in the round, it's a good time to start getting that wall open. Now we can look to try and exploit some of these angles. Already Purple's all over that. He's like, give me that line of sight. I want to see what I can find. Smash maybe looking to hold it from deep. He does have the TCSG. He's going to get a glimpse there as Smokes are looking to try and cut off lines of sight. Nobody at the moment on Helios is going to be pushing. Bit of Astro Repel control and pressure being found here as well, but Rush is going to deal a little bit of damage there to Brighton. Opening engagement. Rush eventually will fall. Exodus, he battles back, looking to push his way into Statuary there, but a great shot from Smash. That TCSG at range, working the swing from Exodus. Can he make it land? Yes, he can. Another round, another 2 kills. Robin pushing now up Astronomy, faced with the deployable shield. Never a fun sight indeed. Gonna go for the floor bang and will be successful. What a great play there. Really quick to figure out the problem and the solution, and he's locked his team into the 2 versus 2. Exodus still causing havoc inside a Master as he chalks up his 3rd and looking for his 4th. Robin, big player so far on Villa, but it's just going to be a bit too much for him to pull off with that equipment. No information. A lot of stuff had been used in the early part of that round to gather information. Loads of drones getting caught up in the jammers, and nobody to know that there was a flanking player on Astro.
Helios did great to open up that wall. Very quick. I think minimal utility, just one nade and a smoke grenade to burn away any ADSs that could have been lurking. And then they were able to move into the switch drone, open up that breach. And from whenever that breach gets opened, the attackers have the control. Attackers are sitting pretty. They can stop any rotations happening. But they didn't really hold their angles the way they should have. It looked as if HellRaisers, they were happy that that breach was open. You know, we seen Smash. He was swinging that breach. He was not afraid, and he took advantage of that. Exodus was then able to play off, I think, almost the information that Smash was able to relay to him, and they took these aggressive swings, and they were not afraid of taking it to Helios. I thought Robin did a great job. I liked the adaptation. All of them kind of started off towards bedroom, and then they realized if we only have bedroom control and we're trying to go in for a plant, we could maybe get C4'd from below. You know, they still have that kitchen control. Let's move in there and let's try and eliminate them. And yeah, I have to commend Robin for the individual performance he put in that round, but it just wasn't enough. Then I think Emission had a great rotate from the Vigil. He was sat on site and he jumped down, hit them from another angle. And Exodus, I think getting the diffuser in this scenario was the key moment. The fact that he has that control, he knows he's going to be in command of that round for the foreseeable future. And they played that 2v2 extremely well. Nice and patient, and they just played off each other.
Are we going to see the Capcan stack up? Oh, we are.
Another change, yep.
We are. For anyone that's unfamiliar, ready your Capcans, because it is the time of Capcan, if you ask me. You can now put 2 EDDs on the same door, which I think you can put more than 2, can't you? You can put them all if you wish, if you so wish. But the fact is you can use multiple. And, I mean, that's just beautiful. It's going to get damage. You just wait. You're going to see somebody on the side of Helios get chunked down twice as much as they usually would.
Oh, Exodus, a spawn peek from the kite. Well, kind of a spawn peek, but not really. But a very early kill from a punch barricade is enough to eliminate Brian. And that's a Lion. That is a big operator who you would expect to have, I think, would kind of do wonders for Helios, where they're a team that are really lacking the refrags. The information game isn't as strong for them. They showed that on Bank. Lion can be their best friend.
You're bringing that for a reason as well. That is taking the spot of somebody that could be a Thatcher, well, not in this case a Thatcher, but somebody that could be a Buck, somebody that could be looking to try and remove utility in some way or another. So it's a big loss to have, and you can already see almost like a frustrated response here from Helios, is that they're just going to try and push directly in onto the site. They've already got it open in through Laundry. Emission, second kill on the round for HellRaisers here, letting the C4 land. Now we're going to start to see, surely Robin isn't just going to drone in front directly of that open breach. The site is looking a little bit light there, but there it is. That's Robin, the double stack up that we asked for. We said that you were going to see damage, and we see it there again. But Emission finishes off the kill. Still a lot of damage here being done by this Capcan. A downed player finished off, and a lot to do in the clutch. Nails, 1 versus 5. 1 minute 15 to go. We may be about to see a big reverse sweep here. And sorry, a C4 there that almost was. Nail's going to try and give himself another option, open up another line of sight here. realistically, the writing's on the wall for this one. We might be about to see a big reverse sweep here from HellRaisers. They've really got their act together over the course of the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, they certainly have, and I think just the defense is suiting them really well, and this was kind of a round where everything that could have went wrong for Helios went wrong. You know, early spawn peak kind of death.
Yeah.
Getting C4s, look where the fuser is, the cap can, just everything that they tried to do does not work at all, and this has been, without a shadow of a doubt, 100% a HellRaisers round all day of the week, and it's just a question, will they finish it flawless? Yes, they will. Just so easy for them, and you know the comeback is on, the comeback is here, and this is what, do we want to say expected? The probability was likely, I would say.
It was. I think it must be very difficult as anyone who's maybe new to both of these teams to watch this game unfold, given what we've seen on Bank and now what we're seeing here, because it has just been so random, so back and forth all the time. You know, you watch Bank and you go, oh, HellRaisers, yep, they're going to win. They're going to take the series.
Defense.
It's coming down to defense. And at this level, we sort of expect that to play a bigger factor than it would do inside of EUL. You know, inside of EUL, you're not really looking toward defense as being the way that teams are going to be winning games and getting rounds. It shouldn't be like that. But that seems to be, at least for the most part, how things have gone so far. Both teams having their fair share of struggles on the attack. But time for HellRaisers to level it up. Who would have thought we'd get to here? 5-1 was the score at the end of the half. Helios were leading. HellRaisers, they've clawed the way back. And we've seriously got a game on our hands here. One more round and that's it. The momentum is entirely removed from Helios. It's probably already gone at this point, given how many they've let slip. Aviator Games going to be the site. It's not even as if they're attacking into a tertiary site here. This,
yep,
not an easy site to attack into.
So in terms of HellRaisers, I mean, their lineup, very solid. You have the denial of any projectiles. You can use the Irunigates, the ADSs, information. Valkyrie, the fact that Valkyrie is here in Villa is another surprise to me.
Yep.
This is a great map for. There is a lot of objects in Villa, a lot of, you know, ornaments.
It's a cluttered map.
It is. This is, I think, the map with the most stuff on it.
Yeah.
So that kind of opens up a lot of different hiding positions that you can kind of put your Valkyrie cameras into, and it can be very strong and very tricky for attackers to find that out. It almost forces you into an IQ pick a lot of the time. We're not seeing it from Helios. I don't think IQ was ever in their kind of plans, but yeah, Valkyrie, expect to see the information be played for you again.
Oh no, this could be bad. This could be... What? 200 IQ, 300 IQ, 400 IQ Devo. Nitro, opening kill there onto Emission. Now, Emission thought he was the coolest cat in town.
I seen the look in your face. You were like a kid at Christmas thinking, oh, he's going to get a freebie. Nope. No.
Pretty good, actually. The drone work paid through, and Emission stayed there because he thought that he was free. He thought he was safe.
Also, Lion Shotgun.
Yeah, a bit trolly.
I don't think, again, we've chosen to ignore it. But we shouldn't be ignoring a Lion Shotgun.
It worked really well.
We should not be ignoring a Lion Shotgun.
Demo was the best gun for the job. Failing that, you know,
I can't do this.
The only better gun that you could have taken would be the SAS shotgun. It's the only one.
Oh
my goodness. Smash.
How did you not get free of them?
The double puts Nails down low as well. This round is back and forth. A double C4 there to claw things back.
How is Nay alive?
I've no idea.
How?
I've honestly no idea. But it's beneficial at this point because Helios, they've still got 3 Selmas. They still need to try and get these walls open. They've still got an attack to try and figure out here. We've seen a weird 2 or so minutes
strange.
As the opener. Things getting a little bit more predictable now as this vault wall will be open. This is a great play. I love opening the vault wall. I mentioned it before. It can be very valuable.
But I've also seen defenders actually use that as a bit of a rotation for themselves. Yep. I have seen defenders kind of jump out the vault wall and try and flank them up through 90 corridor. So that is always something you have to keep in mind. And I think if you're playing in this 90 position, just stay alive. Play as safe as you can, because in this scenario, the defenders, they are the desperate ones, Ollie. They have to make the moves now because they're boxed in. They are cornered. They are trapped. And they need to try and find a way out of it. Brian is going to try and hold on to that study and try and stop Smash from rotating, but it's going to be difficult, though. Smash still has that shield. He has a lot of HP still, and it looks as if Helios, they're at a bit of a standstill, Ollie.
They've slowed down, and I don't think they could really afford to. The full white flash there is going to do wonders, and the second kill in the round for Nitro will fly in. Now drawn for the revolver, looking to get flashy with it, as Smash will be downed in process. Rush is all that stands between Helios and another round here. He's got the DMR in hand, picks it down, grabs the second. There's 3 seconds left, but the plant has been confirmed. Brian, with the covering fire, will be successful. A plant and a kill to lock things up.
So close for HellRaisers, but Brian, what a way to keep your cool. Plants the diffuser, doesn't get off, sticks it.
Had to. No option.
I think it was Nay stuck to diffuser, actually. Wow, like Nay in that scenario, he knows he's in 1 HP because of the C4 disaster that happened to them. He knows against the DMR, 1 shot and he's done.
Yeah.
And he just had this spray for all he's worth, and it works. Walks right into the pre-fire shots, and Helios now at match point. And I don't want to take it back, but I'm going to have to. Lion Shotgun got 2 kills.
I said it was the right gun for the job.
But it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't have been.
It should not. That should not happen. But it has.
It worked. And you've got to adapt to what you've got, you know, and maybe that's exactly what we saw happening there. An action replay here. This is the C4 from
Should have been
Smash.
3 kills.
Ideally, yes. I think he was just a little bit off
to
with
the side, yeah.
We got a great view of it, to be fair. I think Nails hadn't been long in the window, so would have probably felt a little bit hard done by him.
Yep.
Immediately just hops in, bang.
Catching that, just incredible. I suppose we better announce the observer. It's not Medics and Easy, probably to everyone's surprise, because, you know, it's always end. We've got Red Like all the way from Italy. He was, of course, with us for Invitational. We've seen him there observing, and it's good to have him here for the month, and already proven to be damn good observer.
Hot shot observer.
Oh, very, very
That's what we
good.
need. It's great stuff. It's good to get to see the kills from those sort of perspectives, especially following up the C4s, especially when it's a double and potentially a triple. You know, you don't get to see those all too often. Anyway, Helios, Matt Point, trying to lock things up here. Potential for us to go all the way. Oregon will be the next map if required. God only knows what will happen if we get there. But HellRaisers are in with a chance. They could still stave this off, take it to an OT, and take this series as a 2-0.
So, they have a Glass. Helios have a Glass. A risky operator that we don't see in the meta all too often. Very stationary, can't really move around as what he once did. I mean, Glass at one point was the strongest operator in the game. You know, he was just an absolute terror to any defensive lineup. Was nerfed quite hard, where now he has to kind of stand still for his gadget to be used to have that thermal scope actually be valuable. And then we've seen the addition of Warden be added into our operator lineup. And Warden has been, of course, the biggest counter to operator such as Ying, such as Glaz. And I think the fact that Rush is with this operator, all he has to do is stay alive. That is his main key. He shouldn't have to get, you know, fraggy, shouldn't go really too aggressive. He just has to play it safe. Whenever we know Helios are going to try and rely on that Glaz and try and rely on the cover of smoke, Warden's going to be your best friend in defense.
At the minute, Glaz is attempting the roam clear. Emission must be feeling the heat there. Glaz looking tempted to pop in. Actually gets 1 bullet in onto the Valkyrie.
Hits hard. Hits hard.
It does. Only a couple of those and you're going to be out of action. You're going to be sent to the cameras.
2 shots to the chest and you're done.
Emission not to shine away from the fight, though. Will eventually rotate up main. Calling out as he goes. Guys, there's a Glaz on the loose. We need to be very careful here because those flanks are going to be held very quickly. This vault wall's been opened. This is in contrast to what we've seen so far, Demo.
They got 90 control at about 2 minutes. They were in here rapid. Probably because HellRaisers are not interested in actually holding that side of the map. They are playing a lot more passive. Obviously, that study, that main stairs hold is what they're all about. A C4 from Rush. The Warden, will it get the Glass? Oh, does not connect. Robin finds a nade kill. Good to see that Helios are kind of utilizing the nade.
Ooh.
Wow, what a shot from Rush. Down goes Purple. Now that has left him in a bit of a predicament because Glass isn't really in a good position, Ollie, to really help with the push. And look where Exodus is. He is in study. You cannot plant inside of maps if a man is in study. Thankfully, they've caught on. Nay is now rotating towards study, but they need to get rid of Exodus before they can do anything. He can stop every single avenue of approach in for Helios.
Especially given that the door is barricaded and Emission is watching onto that as well. The plant is going to have to go down relatively soon, though. Brian's going to start to attempt it now behind the vault door. So he's in a pocket of relative safety. C4 comes in from Smash. Exodus picks one up as well. It's now all down to the glass that we spoke of earlier. The diffuser cold on the ground, unable to get the job done there. HellRaisers, they respond beautifully. They let everyone into the site. It looked sketchy for a time. The plant was going down, but they very, very quickly retook.
So, a couple of things happened there for Helios. They did extremely well again in that early stage. They had that opening pick. They got control of 90. Vault Wall was open about 1 minute 15. You know, that's a lot of time to kind of set up your push. They were a little bit too slow with the rotation over towards Study. Exodus was already in a great position, as we've seen. They didn't really check for anyone below, which was the main issue. We've seen a C4 kill come in, I believe, from the Thunderbird. And then Thunderbird also was able just to simply floor bang the diffuser. That's how easy it was. So a couple of things being missed, not being checked. I have to question using the glass. You know, you're bringing the glass. Why is he on flank watch?
Yeah, there's better people to be on flank watch, I think. There's better opportunities. I mean, especially with the DMR on flank watch. You miss one shot and it's over. And even if you hit one shot, if you hit the chest onto a full HP, it doesn't matter. Like they're gonna get the chips and dip. They're gonna fight another day. A chance for an OT.
Yeah. Very big chance. It is Kitchen. This was a flawless round for HellRaisers last time.
Great round. What's the old Amaru?
Oh,
what's the old Amaru saying, Demo?
Like I said, they do have a very deep operator pool. If we can say that they can use all of them effectively 100% of the time, that's a different debate.
I reckon that Helios have actually got a deeper operator pool than anybody else I've ever seen play competitive Siege, given that they don't actually ban anyone.
I mean, it is very kind of, obviously, me and you, LATAM-esque, isn't it? We're used to seeing, you know, these kind of operators make
if I see
a bit of a move.
If I see an Aruni on, an Amaru on Villa, I know what I'm going to get. I roughly know you're going to get somebody coming up the 90 window or the 90 hatch. You're going to get something along those lines. I'm not too sure at this point. I don't think anyone knows what they're going to get with Helios.
Looks to be 90 potentially.
It's shaping up to be that way. It's certainly not a quick rush. But then again, it doesn't always have to be about speed. Just because you can do something quickly doesn't mean you have to do it at the start of the round.
It's not going to really help them whenever it is a kitchen, though. I'm kind of confused as to how this is going to make an impact. It's not a top floor bomb site where we would see, you know, an Amari swing in 90 and really make things happen. But I don't know, it looks as if you're just outside of a bike right now, just chilling, not really want to make a move. They're going to have to try and clear out the Kaid charge that doesn't look as if it's going to be on that reinforced wall, and now that will force out that Kaid from his position. That hatch is open, so they have to be careful of that. Watch out, nobody flanks him. Rush has been down, but has not been killed. Let's speak too soon, as he will be finished off by that G8, was holding him from that Mudriman. Now it's just, I think, a matter of confidence for Helios. You know, they have that opening kill. Use that to your advantage.
They should be trying to use it to remove Exodus as well, because he's very killable where he is. There's a couple of players really circling on his location. Look at that crossfire. You can see the tracer rounds just cutting him in pieces there. Purple, he's going to be uncredited with the kill, but it could have been any single one of the guys involved in that three-way crossfire. Purple now can move on through, start to open up, especially onto the two staircases, just to give himself a little bit of a further line of sight. There is going to be a lot of information available here for HellRaisers, but are they going to be able to use it? They've stacked themselves up with C4s, and we've not really seen them come through yet. We've got the Pulse, we've got the Valkyrie, we've got the Mew, all left alive, all with a C4 in hand. They can do some serious damage here, but there is an advantage with Helios in that they have got a full 5 available. Now again, they're not really using it. They're only down to 1 drone, so info is going to be pretty tight. A mission, he's going to pick one up onto Purple, slowly but surely chipping away at that advantage. Can jump himself back into the heartbeat scanner. There's still utility up inside of the site. We've still got Banshees. All these sort of things are going to start slowing people down. Robin, he steps up to the plate and takes down Flares. Furthers the advantage to a 4 versus 2, but Smash with the swing will find one onto Nitro. 35 seconds left, so plenty of time here, and the plant will be attempted. Amision, we've seen him clutch a couple of times already today, but this is not going to be another one of those. Helios, they're going to pick up their final round here on Villa and lock us into an overtime.
I was not expecting that one. What a comeback from Helios, considering where they were in Bank and moving into Villa, which was HellRaisers' map pick. I don't think there'd be too many people would have called this one to actually end up in this scenario. HellRaisers just rattled with inside their kind of attacking rounds.